Hey there guys, welcome back to Hursty Games and welcome to another reviewing viewers teams. Today we are going to be looking at another bunch of teams that have been sent in by viewers for me to review and give you guys my thoughts on what could possibly be people's starter teams. There's actually one in here that is somebody's starter team and a couple of concepts that people are still looking to put together. Obviously I'll show you guys what it is I think about the team, maybe a couple of players I would change and give you guys my thoughts because obviously the game is very early days yet. We are still in the web app at the time of filming this, so it's not even the full release yet, but who knows, it could be that this is pretty helpful for seeing some cards that maybe to look at or maybe you hadn't thought about. But regardless, if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, supports me, the video, the channel and everything out a whole bunch. Without further ado, let's start looking at these teams. Just before we look at team one though, let's hear from today's video sponsor. Do you need some more coins for your FIFA Ultimate Team? Then look no further than U7Buy. They're the cheapest and most reliable place to get your FIFA Ultimate Team coins. And if you use code HURSTY at checkout, you'll get yourself an extra discount. I want to say a massive thank you to U7Buy for sponsoring us. Don't forget that code HURSTY. Now let's get back to the video. Okay, up first, we are looking at Leo Phillips starter concept team here. Now, as you can see, obviously everybody on full chemistry, very nicely done indeed. The first thing I'll say is I absolutely love the midfield. The midfield I think is fantastic. Fred I think is a real good option. Chouameni, great DM as well. Really solid card at the start of the game. And again, Camavinga, a good option. The only thing I'd say is it's maybe ever so slightly defensive in regards to the fact there's no like box to box in there. But I don't think that that is the end of the world. I really do think that what you've already got going here is very nice indeed. The small luxury you have as well with this Fred card is you could change Fred to any player from another team in the Prem here or from another nation in the squad as well, and he will get chemistry. So this does open up a couple of different options for you here, and it does mean that you can go ahead and tweak this if you wanted to go to something more attacking. Just sort of having a little look through and seeing maybe if there's an example that jumps straight out. Someone like a Paqueta, I think, is a little bit more attacking, a little bit more box to box. Obviously ticks all of the same boxes, so it doesn't really end up changing too much for you. You could also, if you wanted to do, like, it's maybe not as easy in regards to chemistry, but you could change your other centre mid, and you could go for someone more like a Lamar. Now, Lamar does still get all the chemistry because he gets all the same links. He's got all of the same stuff as well. Is a bit more box to box, is a little bit more attacking. I would say out of the two, I think Fred is going to be a little bit more viable for the start of the game. I think Camavinga probably should have the better card, but it's looking at the two of them sort of side by side. They are very similar, and it really depends on if you want something that bit more box to box or if you just want like a more of a stay back DM. So the only change I would possibly say for that midfield is one of those becoming slightly more attacking, but that's kind of, again, down to personal preference and how you find the game when you play it. Front three is really nice. I can see all three having a little bit of value, but I do like all three of those cards. I think they all look very viable for the start of the game. Back line, the only thing I have to say is Vazquez. I'm not fully sold on this Vazquez card. Now, again, the luxury you have here with Vazquez is you do have options. You basically, I'm fairly sure, any right back that is Spanish and you're good to go. Obviously, you've got this Pablo Maffio. He's going to be relatively cost effective. I don't see him being crazy for the start of the game. I don't see it being too much of a problem. But I think the thing with Vazquez for me is I think his work rates might be a small problem, but it's the physicality defense. They're just a tad low, but you can see the slight issue we have across the board here is a lot of them are going to be the same. So I would say the ideal world is you're going to get yourself a Carvajal or a Maffio, but that is obviously not the cheapest solution. I'm going to throw Carvajal in there just because I think Carvajal has got a better card. I think it's the same pace, which is what a lot of people would look at and maybe say that Carvajal isn't that great in previous FIFAs. But for me personally, I think Carvajal is just a better card than Vazquez. So that's my thoughts on this first team. I really like it. I think it's very good. Vazquez was the only small issue, and then if you wanted something a bit more box-to-box attacking in the midfield, then you could make that change. But the team itself is fantastic. On to team number 2, and we're looking at Zyrox here. Thank you, Zyrox, for taking part in this as well. Again, really nice team. Really clever links. The Verissimo Neres Rafa link is super smart. Obviously, the perfect link here with the Brazilian. Same league, same nation, same team. And then Rafa just needed a Portuguese player in the squad, which you've offered him a good couple to get the chemistry. Again, Guedes, super smart with the link to Nunes. Again, guarantees 3 chemistry with one other third player, which you've already done. So those 6 by themselves just sit into that team perfectly and getting themselves all the chem. Martinez does need an Argentinian manager, which he did include in his thing as well. And he also made him Bundesliga. I made a mistake there. Masri would be on chemistry if I made Bielsa Bundesliga. So he is on chemistry for you guys watching, as is Kobel. But I love this team. I think this team is absolutely fantastic. I really do think this looks super solid, super like ticks every box. You know, Martinez as a DM I think is going to be well and truly incredible. As a centre back I think he'll be good. As a DM I think he's going to be phenomenal. Musiala I think is a real good starter card. Add a catalyst or a hunter depending on how you want him to play, and he's already got the incredible dribbling stats and he will do you a job. Nunez, perfect looking box-to-box starter midfielder. I think he looks incredible as well. I think an anchor and you are laughing. Fullbacks, two perfect fullbacks. Schlotterbeck and Verissimo, again, perfect. In regards to wanting to look for an upgrade at some point down the line, he's not going to be the cheapest card off the bat, but you could go Emre Can in for Schlotterbeck. I just think his card looks absolutely disgusting. And then you do also have the versatility, of being able to swap these two around if you find one works better in the other position. But the team as it is now, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think this team is really good. For a starter team, I think you're looking at Guedes being a bit expensive. Again, Martinez having a bit of a price just because his card looks so good as a DM. And then the back three here a little bit having price. But I think this is a really nice starting team. I really do like this. There is not anything I think is like missing or a mistake in this. The only mistake is that I put the wrong league for the manager. But the team here is absolutely fantastic. I think this is a really nice starting team. Lovely stuff from my man Zyrox. Team number 3, and we're looking at Lewis's team. Thank you, Lewis, again for submitting your squad. Some very clever links here. I've said it before in a video. I'll say it again. This Swiss link here and Babu Zakaria Akanji is beautiful. Ticking another little box with Kobel as well. Getting links off to other things. Having the other Prem players in here to get that 5 Premier League players, or 6 because of Kovacic. You're looking really good here. I really do think this looks absolutely fantastic. I'm very sold on this squad indeed. The only changes I would potentially make, and it's not because I don't like Kovacic. I think Kovacic has got a decent starting card, but I think he needs a Chem style. I think you basically have to go with a Shadow if you want him to be that bit more defensive, and then you just got a little bit of a stinky shooting stat, or you go with a Hunter and his defense and physicality is a little bit low, but that's kind of the choice that you kind of have to make there. You could also just go an Anchor. It means the shooting is the only thing that's really low, but then obviously, I mean, if you were to put an Anchor card on him, it doesn't let me do it. That's frustrating. If you were to put an Anchor card on him, you're looking at mid-70s in defense and physicality and mid-70 for pace, which then as a box-to-box is perfectly viable. The option I was kind of thinking of, and this is just kind of me thinking outside the box a little bit, is what you could do, and we did talk about his card in another team, is you've got Schlotterbeck could come in for Gvardiol here. Kovacic, by the way, as you can see, stays on chemistry because of his links to other players. There are so many players that link across this whole team that it is scary. You've done so well in linking this team together that it does give you so many options. It means that you could run a Jude Bellingham if you wanted to, who I think is basically just a little bit better, again, than this Kovacic card. Obviously, the Kovacic has got the better passing and dribbling, but Bellingham's cards for the start of the game looks absolutely unreal. He just gets that extra little link because of the new Schlotterbeck in there as well. They guarantee 2 chemistry in all Dortmund players, plus you get the extra links for them being in the Bundesliga. So I just think that there kind of just looks a little bit more well-rounded. Gvardiol, Schlotterbeck, I think, are similar-ish cards. I don't think there's any real issues in those. But I just think that Bellingham card just ticks that final box there. And also what you can do, and again, I think he's going to be a little bit pricey, is I'm fairly sure, if I've done my maths right, everyone can go in and you can get Klosterman if you wanted the pace. Yeah, you can. So if you wanted someone quicker like Gvardiol, Klosterman can also come in and still ticks that box as a very quick centre-back. But again, that team, absolutely lovely. There's nothing wrong with it. Those are just little tweaks that I would make based off of getting that slightly better card to start off with. I just think that Bellingham over Kovacic looks a little bit better, and then Klosterman over Gvardiol is then super doable, and you still got all your chemistry. But again, really nice team. And last but by no means least is our man DK, and this is actually the squad he has. The screenshot he sent me is actually from the web app. That is actually his team. This is, I've put it into Footbin so I can mess around with it. But that team already is absolutely unreal. The only thing that he's added is he has got a Swiss manager, which gets Zakaria his last piece of chemistry, which means it is on 33, not the 32 you can see in the top right. But look at that team. Day 1 team. That is fantastic. That is absolutely beautiful. I really love that. really solid cards. Honestly, there's no card in there that I think isn't good. There's no card in there that I think that's not a great starter card, or oh, you probably don't want that player in your team. There is no card there that I'm not a fan of. I don't think Malacia can play right back. He can't. He can only play left wing back. I was going to say the only thing I would say is I think Malacia looks better as a starter card than Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka still looks incredible. There's still nothing I can really say about that team. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so much better than what I've got right now, and I'd absolutely love that team to start off with. Imagine loading up on the first day of FIFA, and that is the team you get to go in with. I'd be pretty gassed, mate. So DK, you've absolutely smashed it. Day one, obviously no FIFA points. Absolute dream. Fair play to you, mate. 10 out of 10. But that is today's video of reviewing your guys' starter teams. Thank you for the people sending in their submissions. Don't forget, if you want to be in these kind of things going forward as well, the hashtag might change potentially, but hashtag Hursty23. Make sure you at me on Twitter as well, at Hursty Games. Link is down below for my Twitter if you want to go check it out. But make sure you're sending them through, because I will do more things like this if you guys want to see them. Maybe we'll do a couple of teams reviewed every single week when the game comes out as well. That's got something you guys are interested in, then let me know. Best way to do is by commenting down below and leaving a like on the video. Supports me, the video, and the channel out a whole bunch. Hit that sub button if you're new and turn notifications on to be told anytime that we upload a video. For the catch on the live streams, we do stream over on Twitch. There's a link down below. We also stream on TikTok. There's a link down there for that too if you are interested. And while you're down there, show some love to the channel sponsors. Thank you so much, of course, for supporting the channel. But that's it from me. Thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands.
Nah, his name is Hursty. Slap bald head, yeah, it'll probably hurt me. Bang top bins, it'll probably hurt you. Ginger, streamer, platform, YouTube. Drop a name in the chat, or say hello. Entertain, yeah, you already know. Capital H, yeah, I'm a read it slow. Hursty Games, yeah, you already know.